It's been a very long while since I last made a video, hasn't it? Because the last one I made was last April. I mentioned on Twitter, if you guys want, you can follow me on Twitter. Same name as my YouTube channel, Shadow Bad Ash. We can talk about pro wrestling, music, and video games and other areas, other things. Also, it's a good way to be up to date on my channel for whenever I upload, whenever I get around to doing so, because yeah, I haven't been very good at doing so, because I think it was in last December, I said I was going to do a Final Battle review and in a predictions video for Wrestle Kingdom 13, which I unfortunately did not get around to doing so because of, well, work and the holiday season. Yeah, work in the holiday season, because around that time I had Christmas dinner with my mom, who I don't get to see that often, so any chance I get to visit my mom, I jump to it. So yeah, I apologize for that. However, I do plan on doing a Ring of Honor review, which I can't guarantee will happen, but I would plan on it if you could see what was it called, Honor Reigns Supreme. I might do a review of that. I can't guarantee it. So hopefully, if I do get around to doing so, it'll make up for the Final Battle review, which I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't plan on watching Final Battle, but I got sucked into watching it because super totally not obvious reason Sexy Regina was on the card. Anyway, so yeah. I'll be honest here. I have not watched, I don't watch Raw that often, and I only follow it because of YouTube and media clips on Twitter. And I heard that Finn Balor is going to be facing Brock Lesnar at not WrestleMania, Jesus, Royal Rumble, which I have mixed feelings about. Because on one hand, as you can tell by the shirt, I'm a fan of Finn Balor. I like Finn Balor. He's one of those wrestlers who I like, but I don't really have a reason as to why I do. Okay, well, I'll be real. I'll be real with you guys. I only like him because of the demon persona. That's the only reason why. Because I'll admit it, without that demon persona, doesn't really have much of a character. He just doesn't. Okay? I will gladly admit that without that demon persona, Finn Balor does not have a character. And when I found out about Finn Balor being facing Brock Lesnar, my first reaction was, "Hey, Finn Balor fans, who've been wanting to see this for the past couple of years now. You guys happy? Because you got what you wanted." Which I'm okay with having like dream matches, and you know, fantasy matches like, oh, what would happen if this person and this person fought and or wrestled, and how cool would that be? And now we're actually getting it, and it's just surreal. On the one hand, I was like, oh, cool, Finn Balor has another title opportunity for the Universal title, nice. But on the other hand, what has he done? Besides winning, obviously, the #1 contenders match, but prior to that, he hasn't really done anything. He hasn't done anything. I mean, I'm in the boat of, I want anyone not named Brock Lesnar to hold that title. And if Finn Balor is the guy to do so, then be it. Beggars can't be choosers. Because, sure, Finn Balor's not my ideal choice to become Universal Champion. I'd rather see Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins, because those two have actually been built up. Like, for example, Seth Rollins. He was Intercontinental Champion for a good majority of 2018, and he had pretty decent feud with he had a good match with Elias. He had a decent feud with Dolph Ziggler, which is as good as it can be, seeing how he was dealing with Dolph Ziggler, who I used to be super high on, and I don't understand why I was, but that's besides the point. And his feud with Ambrose was going well until, yeah, they made Ambrose more goofy by turning heel. How the hell is that even possible? How is that even possible? So yeah, he had Seth Rollins had a really good 2018 showing in 2018. And same with Drew McIntyre. They've been making Drew McIntyre look like a dominant badass. And I guess, like, I get why they probably want to go with Drew McIntyre because, well, two heels going at it, McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar, but I can also make that same argument. Well, wasn't Samoa Joe a heel when he went up against Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire? Remember that pay-per-view, guys? Remember that? It was actually not that bad of a pay-per-view, despite the super dumb-sounding name. But anyway, so... yeah, going back to my original point, even though Finn Balor is not my ideal choice, at least with, much like how if Rollins and Drew McIntyre were up against Lesnar and say they happen to win the Universal title, at least they're going to be there every week and will be defending that title at every pay-per-view. I should really get Bobby Pin for this, but anyway, the point stands that if Balor does win the title, if he does, he at least is going to be there night in and night out, and he's going to be defending that title. The only way I see Finn Balor winning the title against Lesnar is if he dons the demon paint. Which I sounds ridiculous, but that's what I love about the demon persona. It's pure ridiculousness. The whole thing about the demon paint is that the demon unleashes Finn's darker, more aggressive side. Which, if you notice, like Finn's matches with, and when he has the body paint, he's more faster and aggressive. He's not like he doesn't work a slower paced match. He's just boom out the gate, and that's what he's gonna have. That's kind of how he has to be with Brock Lesnar. I don't want to go into this match thinking it's going to be a complete squash, because that's the more believable route. But at the same time, if AJ and Daniel Bryan could put on a good match with Lesnar, and Lesnar's was willing to work with both AJ and Daniel Bryan, who's to say he can't put on a good match with Finn Balor, who works a similar style to AJ and Daniel Bryan? I want to go into this. I don't think Finn Balor is going to win per se, but it'd be pretty cool if he did. I'm just trying to go into this match open-minded, and hopefully it's not a squash. If we see the demon, that's freaking awesome, because it's super cool. It's ridiculous and cool at the same time. I don't know how that's possible. It just is. So yeah, so hope it's not a squash. Hope they put on a good match. And if Finn Balor wins, cool. If he doesn't, well, I don't know who's next for Brock Lesnar. Maybe whoever wins the Rumble, which is going to segue into my next video idea of who I think is going to win the Men's Royal Rumble. I'm not going to touch on the Women's Rumble because it's kind of predictable who's going to win. Because, like, I know Becky and Asuka are going to have a match, but I I have a feeling that if Becky doesn't win the title back from Asuka, she's going to win the Rumble. But if Becky does win the match, it's probably going to be Charlotte winning the Rumble. So it's the women's Royal Rumble match is kind of predictable, whereas the men's Rumble, we have no idea who's going to win. And that's the beauty of the Rumble match. We have no idea who's going to win. And I have 3 possibilities, like 3 choice options who I think's most likely to win the men's Rumble. That's a video you're going to have to tune in for. I will actually get around to doing so. Like, legit, and make that video. The night before the Rumble. So it's like, think of it like as a Royal Rumble predictions video. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Finn Balor becoming number 1 contender and going to face Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. If you guys want, you can follow me on Twitter at ShadowBadash, and I will see you in my next video, whenever that may be. Hopefully it's real soon. See you guys.